vibration. It's how you look at something is what makes your present moment perfect. If you even have something happening to you that's negative, or you feel it's negative, that's the time to reflect. I know someone that went through a two-year thing of depression and that type of thing, and it's like, well, that's the time to relax. Depression doesn't have to be, I mean, obviously if you can't handle things, it's different, you need a doctor, but feeling on and off at different times, that means your time to meditate. It's a time that you shouldn't be with people as much, not taking on anyone else's energy. And speaking of energy, jumping around a little bit, I like to talk about energy in the sense that when you're around people that have a negative energy, or an energy that sort of doesn't flow, because energy is supposed to flow through us, you know, when you walk in a room, you can tell if it's harmful or not for you. So what you do, instead of keeping that energy in, which then makes I would say it sort of like makes a density to your heart chakra.
And eventually can actually make you physically ill.
Can make you physically ill, or even angry. So then you're acting out things, you don't even know what you're doing. It may be against your nature to be angry, but you're acting against this because you have this density in you. So what to do, whether it's a parent, a child, a friend, that someone, you know, a friend that you really like, but there's times that this friend just ain't getting it. You know, you need to be away from that friend. You need space. You know, and here again, it brings us back to the present moment to have an understanding how you are feeling. And this isn't something that you do like once in a while. You do it all the time. So say you have, and especially at family gatherings, you know, with the holidays and everything, how that can be. There may be a brother or a sister or someone that you just rub each other the wrong way.
Each other.
You know what? It's okay. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to fix that person. You don't have to fix yourself. It's stay away. You have a question. Or you don't.
No.
Oh, you.
That's okay.
You. Go ahead.
The average person who would probably have a hard time following a complex explanation of a simple thing once they understand it. How do they use it?
The thing is sometimes you just don't have to understand things. You don't have to understand why your mother yells at you when you're a good kid. You don't have to understand that. It's a waste of time. All you have to do is find...
Why is the worst question you can ask.
The thing is, what you have to do, what I would say for a child have to do is not get into the blame or guilt or blaming that other person. It's to find your center and what's right for you. And yes, if you're 3 years old, it's a little complicated. But if you're a teenager, which can be complicated too, all of us have been teenagers. I'm not saying it's easy. Nothing's easy. But that means you need your space. You need to have an understanding that for some reason, you know, you're driving this person crazy. It's not your fault.
Okay, so if you've got a conflict within your family,
which probably everybody is doing that.
Whatever, and you're trying to understand your other half.
Okay, so you're saying partnerships, okay.
Something. If you take their number and you work it out, I mean...
Have an understanding.
They might have to go to a bookstore for this one. But they get to that person's number and they do the simple mathematics, and they can put an understanding of that person's behavior into a logical sequence of understanding.
Yes, you can. You can.
It's just like
so that's what I'm trying to say is, how do people use this? So they can use that as a tool to
yes, the book, my books do, especially the numerology book, does go into detail for that. Okay? But in a simplistic way of speaking, all the books in the world, you can read 100 million self-help books. And the simplest way to put it is, you can't control other people's feelings. You can't make someone love you. You can't make someone like you. And if there's something about you that irritates someone, you can't fix it. That is reality, because you can't fix someone else. The only one you can fix is yourself. And how do you fix yourself? Is through your center and balance. It's stopping and having an awareness who you are as a person.
That takes us back to meditation?
Yes, and meditation doesn't have to be like the Buddhists would have you meditate maybe 20 hours, not 20 hours, 20 minutes, or 2 hours, or this type of thing. All you have to do is sit and do nothing. Maybe listen to music, listen to a bird sing. When I walk, I listen to the grass, the leaves, the animals running through the woods. That's my meditation. I'm stopping. I'm not thinking of where I should be going, what I should be doing, who I should say, what phone call I should be doing. It's like stopping. That's what meditation is. And if you can do that, then you can listen, which is another form of meditation.
Yeah.
So when someone speaks to me, I hear everything they're saying. I hear what they don't say. I hear what they do say. I feel their body language, their aura around them, the energy they're giving off. Because we're connected. We're all connected. Everybody can know anything they want. All I have to do is be in the present moment and be open to it.
Everybody's psychic. It's just, it's like developing a muscle.
That's right.
The numerology, though, is like astrology in that you can get a better understanding of who you are and a better understanding who your partner is in the case of your question. Numerology will tell you a great deal.
But you also have to listen. You have to have an understanding of that, why you're having this great, because my husband and I are very different. Okay, so I have an understanding of where he's coming from. He may not understand where I'm coming from, but it doesn't matter, as long as I understand where I'm coming from.
He's logical.
You know? Well, I don't know. Sometimes I don't think he is.
This book, Searching Within,
Yes.
A Spiritual Journey, it just fascinates me.
Yes.
I don't think you were planning on talking about this, but...
Oh, no, that's why I brought it, to talk about it. Yes.
What is it? This is your journey?
No, this is everybody's journey. See how it has a little opening with the
doorway?
The doorway opening,
Okay.
and it's sort of like fuzzy in the background. That means your spiritual journey.
That's pollution.
No, no. What that spiritual journey means that you just don't know. You don't even know.
You can't see where you're going?
You can't see where you're going, and you have no control on what is out there. In other words, the new. We're having, the spiritual journey is for yourself. And although we have, we want to control each other, what time we eat and where we're going to go and how we're going to do it, and he said and she said and all this type of thing, the spiritual journey is saying, I'm open to all new things. And it's a doorway to really live a fulfilling life. It's really, if you go that route, you have everything you want. Because everything you want is what you need.
How much of it, before we're born, we plan out our lifetimes to a certain extent.
Well, that's what you say.
In my belief.
Okay.
And we have free will because we don't remember. Most people don't remember before the birth. They don't remember this pathway that we're planning on doing.
Okay.
And we have free will come into this, and we're on a spiritual journey. Suppose our free will doesn't agree with our spirit's pathway of what should happen within our lifetime.
Josie's going to say something, then I'll say something after that.
In my belief, you might say no to a relationship with somebody, let's say, because they're the next thing on your path, and Spirit will find another way to offer you the opportunities, because everything you encounter is an opportunity.
Same person or different person, different lesson?
It depends.
Same lesson, I should say.
It can be both. It depends on what the circumstances are. I mean, if you reject someone very openly, it's not likely you'll have the same opportunity again.
But could you have the same spiritual lesson with a different individual?
It would be very similar.
Nothing's the same. You can't put your foot in the water. The water is moving, and you put your foot in the water. That's gone.
Yes.
So nothing is
Similar
nothing's
is all that they can
similar.
come up with.
That's the best it'll ever get. But I want to get back to what you said. You feel that we were born with a particular journey, and now we're on this journey, and that's where our free will is. Our free will, the biggest part of our free will, is to get our own act together. That's our free will.
We come into these lifetimes for lessons and experiences,
Well,
meaning of life.
Yeah, but I'm living in the present moment, and I'm saying it doesn't matter about lessons. It doesn't matter about experiences. It matters right now. What am I doing right this minute? That's all there is, because then there's the next minute and the next minute. And I can only do that on a personal level, in a spiritual sense. That's where the door is open, because I just don't know. I can meet someone, but I'm going to listen with my whole being to realize something that I never would have realized before. And I can't do that if I've got my mind going in circles every minute thinking of something else. So your journey, your spiritual journey, is not fighting anything. Your free will is always there. But your free will, you have to use it. You use your free will. And going to a guru isn't your free will. It's like listening to yourself. It's scary, listening to yourself, because you remember all your mistakes you made. But that's then, and this is now. You know?
Mistakes are
Here we
something
go
to
again.
laugh at, you know?
I have a line that I heard the other day. I think it's wonderful. It said, "Mistakes are okay if you don't keep making the same one. Or you only can make the one mistake, because that's an experience." You know?
In the family circle, and I think it was in the journal yesterday or Sunday maybe.
Yeah.
Grandma says it's okay to make mistakes as long as you don't keep making the same one.
All right, so that's okay.
Kind of what you're saying.
So it's the same idea,
Yeah.
and that's absolutely true. As long as you're not making the same one. But again, we go back to balance and experiences and living in the present moment. That's when things are just flowing. The energy is just flowing. It's not like putting up walls and that type of thing. I like to read a poem on forgiveness. Okay.
I was going to ask you about
And
that.
it goes with my.
It goes with these pictures.
The picture, I take pictures, and then I put poems with the pictures. And this one I wrote on forgiveness because people have different ideas what forgiveness means, and this is my little story. Forgiveness. Delving into my mind, I lay awake thinking of my mistake. I can't rationalize what I've done. I'm not trying to. I don't understand this myself. Maybe it was our arguments, or the way you looked at me. Some kind of misinformation that froze a crust of ice around my heart. Until I could not value my existence or walk with my head held high. Sadly, we lost the joyful dance. Now that the illusion is broken, I reach out to you with an open heart, my hand extended, hoping you understand. Can we reach a state of forgiveness without blame? Is it possible to bring our gentle spirits to a place of trust, a place brimming with love? You tell me, I'll be waiting. And
You're
that's
really
it.
very good at that, you know.